independence, the clarion call was to give Kenyans then and the coming generations a better life as a liberated country. Some strides have been made in addressing this, but the progress is far from satisfactory. 53 years later, major issues ail Kenya. The political crisis experienced now over the reconstitution of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission is nothing new, and so is the feeling by a section of the country that they have been shortchanged mainly by the political class. By refusing to put country before self, the political class have continued to deny Kenyans the change the independence fathers craved for while mounting formidable resistance in the bushes and the hills and the valleys.
IBC! Bado haijasikika. IBC!
The calls for IEBC reconstitution is now a hot political issue, dividing Kenyans right down the middle. So much is the heat that a photo of the president and the CORD leader together at State House, smiling and shaking hands, is a sigh of relief. The challenge to democracy in Africa is not the prevalence of ethnic diversity, but the use of identity politics to promote narrow tribal interests. It is tribalism. Our country is currently ethnically divided too, and those given the responsibility of driving the country forward have abandoned this duty. Hate spews on social media, mainstream media, and on the streets.
Moses Kuria, enyewe sisi tuna shida na wewe kama wananchi.
Especially national TV like this one, Moses Kuria could be telling us something more eligible.
Ni wajinga, ni washenzi, ni wapupavu. No, nothing to add. If you don't like my views, that is your shauri. There are others who like my views.
Another of our biggest undoing is the cancer of corruption, which has hindered progress on many fronts. Corruption is deeply entrenched in the Kenyan society and government, such that it is now challenging the existence of the very networks it thrives on. The stealing is so much a pain that the president has acknowledged it. Another pointer of our failures as a nation is the ills in the judiciary, a sector that Kenya has spectacularly failed in reforming. From the radical surgery of 2003, when 50% of our judges were summarily dismissed, to the vetting of judges and magistrates in which all judicial officers were forced to reapply for their jobs, to the establishment of a powerful judicial service commission that appoints all judicial officers, very little good has come forth. Kenyans have instead been saddled with a judiciary that is faced by instance after another of corruption accusations. The sordid details of the alleged bribery scandal facing Justice Philip Tunoyo of the Supreme Court is an example among many. Mercy Juma Okande, NTV.